Hey guys, what is up? It is Alex here with an episode of Career Mode for F1 2012. This time we are in Singapore, and an absolutely crazy qualifying meant I was on pole position. In qualifying, the AI were really slow. It's still on professional, and I was 1.5 seconds quicker than Vettel, and that didn't make any sense to me. So I started on pole, and I just wanted to get a good launch and get ahead of them. And I put it into the lean fuel mix straight away, so at the end I can go for a fast fuel run if I got into any drama. Vettel tries to go down the inside. I run a little bit wide, nearly locking up the brakes, but just about getting it right. The first couple of corners perfect to make sure that Vettel and Hamilton and Co don't get past me at the start. Obviously Vettel is my rival, and if I do beat him, I think I get the Red Bull spot for next year, so that'll be interesting if that happens. But yeah, driving in the Sauber and winning isn't really the most realistic thing in the world, but it does seem to be a track where I'm actually doing alright. And 1.111 to Vettel, and then 1.111 from Vettel to Hamilton, so big gaps between us already, but that's probably going to be coming down after, I've got in the lean fuel mix, so I'll probably lose time to Vettel in the next couple of laps and drop back into his clutches once again. And when you get the DRS, it's probably not going to be so easy, so I'm just going to have to try and keep it around this sort of pace and just try and keep it, within a couple of tenths of Vettel's lap times, and we should be able to keep ahead of him for the pit stops. And his first lap's been alright. I mean, it hasn't been amazing, but in the lean fuel mix it has been pretty clean and pretty fast, so that's all I really needed. I just need to keep ahead of all the people behind me, so when we come to the pit stops that we have a good pit stop and get out near the front. So yeah, we're doing alright, and another gap come down from 1.1 to 7 tenths of a second to Vettel, so that's probably going to be nothing by the end of the lap. You can see Hamilton and Co are catching up to the back of Vettel as well, so this lean fuel mix is definitely going to be slowing me down. It's just I just wanted to save fuel, and then at the end of the race go for a high fuel run, and hopefully then get a good position if something crazy happens. So come around the final corner, getting that a little bit wrong, sort of not really hitting the apexes, but so overall that first time was alright. We did a 53.3, so not a bad way to start the first lap. Then we're going to skip on a couple of laps to lap 6, our pit lap. You can see Maldonado and Grosjean on a side by side going through the final couple of corners, and they actually got past us. My tyres absolutely died off nearing the end of the stint, so I've lost a lot of time. I'm behind Maldonado now, and I'm going to come into the pits. I've actually got a little bit of damage to my front wing, but it doesn't look like they're going to be fixing it, so that's good. Won't be losing any time from that, and hopefully it won't cost me too much time. You can see there Maldonado, we've got past him, then Schumacher's right behind us. Schumacher's had a great pit stop, and Maldonado's been told to hold, so Maldonado's lost a lot of time, so he won't be leading the race anymore. Looks like Grosjean probably will, but we've got Schumacher right behind us, and it looks like he's going to be competing with us for the next couple of laps. And coming out the pits, I get marbles on the tyres, run wide, nearly crash into the wall. Luckily I don't know. And coming to the big straight, this is where I'm going to be using, I think, most of my curves. That's where I do it every single lap, just because it seems to be the best place. Just coming out of that corner and then using about half of it, or maybe even more than that, coming out of here to get a good run. And you can see there, plus 6 laps fuel. Definitely saving up the fuel in the first couple of laps, meaning that I can go for it at the end. I mean, I can go pretty much in the fast fuel mix till the end of the race, because even though it does say plus 6, it's a bit of a glitch, because it's really like plus 8, because I don't know why, but it pretty much is plus 8, so we're going to run to the end on the fast fuel mix. We're not going to take it out the fast fuel mix to the end, and we do make it to the end, so that's alright. You can sort of tell it's probably at least plus 1 extra lap to what you see on there. And yeah, it sort of helped me out. I got it a bit wrong on this outlap. It wasn't exactly the best outlap, but I did sort of keep my position. I got ahead of Maldonado in the pit, so kind of keeping my position, but it does look like Grosjean might be taking the lead back from us when we meet him in the pit lane, or the pit exit, in about a lap's time, or half a lap's time now. But yeah, I was pretty surprised that Singapore was a track that the AI was so slow, and I'm not very fast there either, so you'll see when we come around to the Afro League on here. Actually, you've probably already seen it, but I'm not very fast around here, so you'll see that it's kind of weird how the AI are so slow and are so fast in qualifying. But this hasn't been races have been doing too badly. I don't know why Hulkenberg's behind Peak, because neither of them are pitted, so that's a bit weird. But then we're losing the R for our front wing there, which is a bit of a fail, and kind of getting the last corner wrong, trying to get a good corner apex, but we got it wrong. And right in front of us we have got Peak, and then we've got Senna leading, and you can see there Grosjean on our left. We're going to be coming out side by side. I kind of get it a bit wrong coming out the pit lane, going side by side with Grosjean. I can't see where he is. Oh, he's right there. We just cut across the front of his nose, and just about all right. And you can see here his button and Senna in front of us. We're going for the corner again. We get it a bit better this time, but we go completely wide, getting it sideways, and we're going to lose it into the wall. Front wings off. So that puts us down to 7th position, and I've been sticking there for the sort of pretty much the rest of the race. You can see how much lost time I've lost from having no front wing to the guys in front of us. And as I did say, the AI were probably about a second a lap slower than me, and I was probably losing about 1.5 seconds a lap to the guys in front of me. So that's a bit disappointing that I had to win like this, but you know, you can see I'm putting in pretty slow lap times now, and you know, it's not too bad lap times, because I suppose around here there's not really many fast corners where you need to have the front wing. So I was kind of lucky in a way that I lost the front. Well, I'd lost it at this track and not other tracks, but disappointing that I had to spin out and lose positions, and I was behind my rival Vettel now. So that's bad for the championship, as I might not get that seat at Red Bull, which might happen or might not happen. We'll see, but it'd be interesting if we do get that place, and maybe next season we can put up to legend and have a bit more fun. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Sauber 7th position, that's probably about right, and Kobayashi's about 12th, I think, nearly losing it, and that would have been a bit of even more of a bummer. I would have lost the position to Alonso, and I can't remember, I think it's Rosberg behind him. So yeah, what a crazy way to win this race. You can see in front of me there's Maldonado that's holding up Vettel and Hamilton, so I'm actually going to gain time on this last lap to the guys in front of me, which is pretty interesting. I think Maldonado's tyres went off at the end, or something happened with his front wing or something, but it was a pretty good result from Maldonado, and he got a 4th position in the end, which is a pretty crazy result considering that Williams isn't really that fast. And if you compare him to Senna in this game, Senna's all the way down the back, so that's a bit interesting. But 7th place wouldn't be too bad. We'll finish ahead of Alonso, but behind Hamilton. I think the title battle is actually between Hamilton and Alonso, so that'll be interesting to see the point standings after this race. Now, coming around the last couple of corners of the lap and the race, pretty interesting one. Not really most action-packed. I mean, I had a spin, lost my front wing, but apart from that, it hasn't been too interesting. So Romain Grosjean wins the race in Singapore. He won in Australia. He wins again in Singapore. Now coming across the line, nearly completely losing it once again, and coming across the line in 7th position. I was expected to win the race. That's a bit unrealistic, but yeah, Vettel finished 5th. I finished 7th. But yeah, a pretty interesting race. I did get some points, which is always good for the championship. You can see there, Grosjean won from Schumacher, Massa 3rd, Maldonado, Vettel, Hamilton, me, Alonso, Rosberg, and De Resta rounding up the points. And John-Eric Verne doing pretty good in 12th, and I think Kobayashi was 13th. And Hamilton now leads the championship by 22 points, and Grosjean is in 3rd with 149 points. So that is pretty much it, guys. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. It's been Alex, and I'm out here.